Hey guys, what's up? I'm Ninji, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my Warlock and what my build looks like. So, again, for those of you that don't know, I am a Warlock main. I play all three characters, and I play all three a lot, but most of the time, I'm on my Warlock. I enjoy my Warlock the most. I've kind of cycled. I used to be a Hunter main back in Destiny 1, and then in Year 3 Destiny 1, I converted over to a Warlock, and then ever since then, I've been a Warlock main. But like I said, I do play all my characters. But yeah, so today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what my build looks like currently in Season of the Chosen. So my build will change, obviously, through each season, and maybe I'll start doing videos like this every time a new season comes around. This was actually, someone asked for a video like this earlier today, so I was like, okay, let's do it. So yeah, anyways, my Warlock. Currently, this is what I am running when I am playing at PvE. This is my build. Weapon-wise, I don't think that that's, really part of the discussion, but, most of the time I'm running Heritage, Iglo Sub, Lament, but with the new season coming around, I want to start using new weapons, like Extraordinary Rendition, Brass Attacks, I don't know if there's any new special weapons I'm really considering using, but yeah, anyways. Moving on to my actual build, though. So when I'm playing PvE, 99.9% of the time, I'm playing on Top Tree Dawnblade. The other subclasses don't really interest me all that much. Dawnblade is just fun, the movement. Constantly having your melee, because you can, when you get kills in your, in the air, you get your melee back, and solar grenades are just, solid. So again, this kind of goes along with my build. But solar grenades mixed with demolitionists and Ikelos are just so fun. So basically, I can just unload all my Ikelos shots into enemies, and then before reloading, throw a grenade. It auto reloads, and then throughout that time, I'm also going to be making Warmind cells. And again, so this is part of my build, and we'll get to that. So we take a look at the armor, and first off, here's my armor breakdown stat wise. Like, recovery is the most important thing in Destiny. It always has been. It probably always will be. Recovery effects on how quickly you regain your health, right? When you're fighting, you start getting shot at, get to cover, whatever, start regenerating your health. It's very, very important. So I always tell people, get 100 recovery. After that, it's not as important. In my opinion, the second best is probably intellect. But in PvE, intellect is not as important. You're going to be making lots of orbs. It's not as hard to get your super. But again, the other ones they're just not as important. I would say third would probably be discipline. My stat distribution could be a whole lot better. But it's a new season, working on, with new pieces of armor and stuff like that. So it will probably change in the future. But yeah, so that's my stat distribution. So let's go ahead and take a look at my helmet. So on my helmet, currently, I am rocking an intellect mod, to increase my intellect. I'm using 2 sword ammo finders and global reach. Now, normally I would not be using 2 sword ammo finders. Normally I would be using a sword finder and a shoddy ammo finder. Again, these depend on what I'm actually using weapon-wise, so some of that will change. But again, this is my go-to loadout right now. So again, I have a shotgun and a sword, so one of each. But currently there's a bug in the game where if you were using one of the mods from the last season's artifact when the season started, it deleted that mod from your game. So I don't have shotgun ammo finder at the moment. But again, they're gonna fix that. So normally there'd be a shotgun run there. Global reach, awesome mod. This is a Warmind cell mod. When you create Warmind cells, basically they damage targets at a much larger distance. Very, very good. I use 2 Warmind cells, by the way, or 2 Warmind cell mods. I use Global Reach and Warmind Longevity. The defeating command, with 7 Seraph weapons creates Warmind cells. That's what the Ikelos sub is for. Warmind cells you create last longer, so they sit around forever. There's a lot of other Warmind cell mods that people use. Those are just the 2 that I use. So anyways, moving on to my arms. Very important. This to me is a must. Depending on the primary weapon you are using, use a loader for it. Trust me when I tell you, it makes the biggest difference in the world. Even if you have a submachine gun with some sort of reload speed perk, or a hand cannon with a reload speed perk, it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, this is the only thing that really matters on your arms. It's very, very important. Luckily, this season, submachine gun loader is in the artifact, so it only costs 1. But yeah, so no matter what, if I was using a hand cannon, I put a hand cannon on. If I was using a pulse, a scout, same thing. I most likely would put those on. Now, the only other time where maybe I wouldn't, or maybe I would sacrifice an intellect mod, because again, I do have an intellect mod. Let's say I was using, for argument's sake, I was using, a primary sub, and I was using the new seasonal GL, which I don't currently have on my character, but because GL's speed, like reload speed, is really bad, I would actually use grenade launcher loader right here. With shotguns and snipers, it's just not as important. Like, shotguns reload 1 at a time, and snipers reload speeds are basically they're really fast by default. So pretty much all special weapons are not important except for grenade launchers. So if you were using a grenade launcher, I would use a grenade launcher here. And like I said before, or my longevity, we already talked about that mod. Moving on to my chest piece. This is the most important part about my build. Now, it doesn't always have to be your chest piece. This does depend on where you have your elements. And unfortunately, I only have arc on my chest at the moment. I need to switch it around, but I'm not too worried about it. But anyways, so Lucent Blade. This is probably the most important part about my build. Lucent Blade basically makes Lament even like crazier, like way crazier. I don't know the exact numbers. I used to, but I kind of forgot. I think it's like I want to say it's like a 70% buff or something. It's stupid. It's stupid high. But basically, Lucent Blade, when you are charged with light, makes your swords do way more damage. And the best part is, as long as you're not using your sword, you will never use your charge with light. So if you're saving your sword for like bosses or majors and stuff, you're not going to use your charge with light until you actually use your sword. Now, to get Lucent Blade to actually function, you do need to have an arc mod on. So that's why I have arc resistance on. And then I'm using 1 sword reserves. Like I said before, normally I would like to save my chest for reserves, because reserves is actually pretty important because it affects, your total ammo with a special weapon or a heavy weapon. But because swords already just by default have a lot of ammo, I sacrifice my chest piece for now. And like I said, I'm lazy and I haven't converted one of my other armor pieces to arc. Moving on to my legs. If it's not obvious already, I pretty much only use transversive steps. I can't remember the last time I took them off for another exotic. I feel like all Warlock exotics are extremely underwhelming and disappointing. I would love for Bungie to create a new exotic that was amazing, but they just haven't. So yeah, these are my transversive steps. I'm very important. These are actually extremely important, by the way. Always use scavengers. So I have 1 of each again. So every time I pick up sword ammo, it gives me more. Every time I pick up shoddy ammo, it gives me more. And then I'm using a resilience mod. And then class item. My class item is pretty much just exclusively taking charge. Now, what's funny is I'm just now noticing this, but I could actually put Lucent Blade here. And I could put something like Outreach. I think I haven't updated my build this season because of something that existed last season. So I'm actually going to change this and forget everything I just said. Last season, because there was artifact mods, there was the grenade. So last season there was a grenade artifact mod for overloads. There was 1 for overloading and 1 that gave you your grenade back when you overloaded a champion. And I was using those on my class item. But this season that doesn't exist, so I'm putting Lucent Blade back on my class item. And at this point, basically ignore what I said before, and you would do something like this. I don't know what mod I would put here for now. I mean, there's a lot of cool mods in this game. I mean, honestly, Blessing Rasputin is cool. Again, there's a lot of options. But for now, yeah, for now we'll just say we'll put Blessing of Rasputin on. But yeah, that again, like I said, this was changed actually because of last season, and I hadn't updated it yet. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much my build. My build is all about Lucent Blade and War Mind Cells. That's the biggest part of it, and it's really fun. I highly recommend it. If you do not have War Mind Cell mods or Charge with Light mods, make sure you check the Gunsmith every single day. The Gunsmith will sell new mods every single day, and just get the ones you don't have. It's very important. Like it'll make the game more fun, especially because War Mind Cells aren't going anywhere for multiple seasons. So Icalos doesn't get sunset for 2 more seasons. So this season and next season it's still here. Then the following season it'll be sunset. And who knows? Within the next few seasons, we might get more 7 Seraph weapons. We just we don't know. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. That is my build. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below, and I will do my best to reply. If you would like to see the builds that I have on my other 2 characters, let me know. I can also do videos on those. And yeah, check me out on Twitch sometime, twitch.tv/Ninji, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Peace.